Hello everyone, this is Margaret of Q&L Expression. It's great to be back with you again. Oh, having a few little problems still getting started, but has anybody ever heard of Twinchies? It was a new concept to me, and then when I started looking it up on YouTube, I see that it's been done over 8 or 10 years ago. So what's new to me is old to probably maybe some of you. But I was watching Nicole on Relax Cut Glue the other day, and she had gotten a 2-inch graph notebook. So I went on Amazon and got one too. And I'm really loving doing these little, what she called, they're 2-inch squares. And she called them Twinchies. So let's look at some. Only thing you do is just take some, I took some mostly just magazine papers and cut them down to 2 inches. And in this book, in this notebook, they already have the squares done for you. So you don't have to mark off the squares. One thing you got to do is find whatever you want to put in them. So mostly I did magazines, but I also did some of my own. These right here are stamping, ones that I painted and stamped. And then I found some images. I was watching Cage Fish. I really like her. And what she did, she took some photos off of her computer and she brought them down to a thumbnail. And so I did the same thing. So here's one of Marvin Gaye. Here's one of me when I was in the 6th grade. And she was off of Pinterest. And so all of these, and then I started doing some doodles in the ones that's plain. But all of these were just pictures. And then once you start cutting them down, they turn into something totally different. And most of the times you can't even recognize what it is. That's what I really like about it. To me, that's the beauty of it. These are just some stamps that I have found. But I have done a bunch of pages now. And because it's so easy, you know, if you're a beginner and you want to do something like this, it's very, very simple. I did all of these. I just went crazy. So this one, I still kept like what it was in my Cheerios. I love Cheerios. And of course, chocolate. You could tell what that is. But some of these other things, I don't even remember. That's an arm of a chair, I think. You can't tell anymore. So then you can make it whatever you like. And I did a lot of stamping and my doodles. And it was just fun, just to sit, and I was watching television, gluing. And after I'd done a lot of gluing, I would go back and find some stamps, or, you know, these stamps too as well, and then stickers. This was a stamp right here too. So, I mean, it's just so relaxing. I sit here for hours. My kids be asking me, when you coming out of your craft room? When you coming out? I just get carried away in what I'm doing, and it's just a lot of fun just to do it. And like I said, I did a lot of, some of these also on my gel prints. I did gel printing too, as well as just paints. And so, you know, it started bringing in all of the different things that you like to do. But it's just done in a little smaller version, a 2-inch. Now, all of these, I haven't done anything to them. I've just been gluing down stuff and doing a little bit of stamping, maybe on some of them. And like I said, some of them are ones that, that's a gel print, and that's just, I took some oxide, distress oxide, and some archive ink, and then I did stamps over those. So, I mean, it's just, I'm gonna do one in black and white. So also what I did, I went to the very back, and I'm starting to put all the ones that I made at least a sample of each one of the gel prints or the background paintings I did. So I thought that's pretty cool. See, I think I got a few. I mean, I've done almost this whole book, and I only started this like maybe a week ago. Okay, now usually what I do, I'll take a black, this is acrylic marker, and go down it just to make them unified. But these I haven't done yet because I just did these last night. I did all of these pages. Some of them I went from back to front, so that's why some of them are done and some of them aren't done yet. But it is just so much fun. So I already have a few in here that I've already cut up. I've already cut down to 2-inch squares. So just to show you how simple and how quick you can do one. As soon as I find my glue stick, I have glue sticks all over the place. Right now, I'm only doing this page. I'm not doing the back, not yet. I probably will because I'm doing them so fast. So the only thing we want to do is just start gluing. Just start gluing. How was everybody's weekend? I hope it was good. Mine was peaceful. I always look for peace. That's my main thing. I went to the bowling alley like I do every Saturday morning to see my grandson bowl. He think I'm supposed to be there as well as his mama and his father. So I get up like a dutiful grandmother and go watch him bowl. So then after that, they all came over to my house since I don't live that far from the bowling alley that they were at. And my daughter made the most delicious enchiladas. She made, I don't eat beef or pork, and so she made all turkey, made it with turkey, and she made chicken enchiladas. Man, it was so good, and I really, really enjoyed that. Then they had to sit and watch the football game, and my son-in-law, he's a Georgia fan, and the Bulldogs was playing. So there was a lot of noise going on, which is good, because most of the time, it's kind of quiet in my house. The only noise that be made is me. If I'm watching television or talking to you guys. But see, that's all I'm doing. Just while I'm sitting here talking, you know, you just glue. You just glue down, just glue them. And I try to keep them, try to put some dark with some light. I don't try to put all the lights together and all the darks together. I try to put them a little bit apart. And if some of them, it's not quite 2 inches, because I would take a bunch of, I would take like 3 or 4 pages of magazines and do them all at once. So sometimes they don't always come out straight 2 inches. But I have a solution for that. Only thing I do is when I use my acrylic marker, I just make sure it goes all the way around here and still make a square. And it works fine. I want to do a page in black and white. I think I got enough now because I need 20 squares. I thought I had a 2-inch square punch, but if I have one, I can't find it. So I ordered another one. So it'll be here Wednesday. And so I want to make one with just a blank page, not one with, you know, the squares already made. I'll just take a sketchbook or something and just make some. That way, see how that works. So it's just, you can make them I made one, no, that was on the grid. This is similar to me to the grid journal. Because you make it, you know, just like you did on the grid journal, you make those in squares or round or whatever shape you want to make it in, you know. So I bowled on my league Friday. I didn't do too bad for a change. I had a bad case of shingles. And then before I came down with the shingles, came down with shingles this February. And they lingered all the way into almost the summer. And I tell you, if you haven't gotten a shingle shot, I would advise you to get one. Because there's nothing, well, there's some things, but that is very, very painful. Very painful. I had them on my back, and it only comes on your right side. And the way it started with just like a little tingling on my leg. And I was like, which one should I do? Should I leave her face or the jewelry? I like that. I think I'll do her. And so I didn't pay that much attention to it. I thought it might have been a tag or something, you know, in my, because I had on a pair of lounging pajamas. And kept getting worse. Kept getting worse. So I called my daughter and I told her what was happening. She says, Mama, you might need to go to the doctor and see about it and see what's going on. So I said, but it was on the weekend. That was it happened like on a Thursday. No, I think it was Friday. No, it was Thursday because my doctor is not open on Fridays. So I knew it was no use to me calling him. So she said, well, you're going to have to go to urgent care, see what's going on. So I did. I went to urgent care, and that's what they told me. They told me that it was shingles. And so while I was dealing with having shingles, I started having some other problems. And I went to the doctor I went to the hospital, emergency, because I was hurting so bad. Then I had a urinary tract infection on top of that. Oh my gosh. So can you say painful 3 times? I was in a lot of pain. So eventually, you know, they both cleared up. So that meant that I was out of bowling from February until August. And if anybody's a bowler, they know that you can't stay out of bowling that long because your timing goes, everything goes. And at the age I am, it really do. So it was like starting all over again. Like starting all over, learning how to bowl all over again. It's been a challenge, but it's still been fun because I love the sport so much. When you've been doing something almost 50 years, which that's how long I've been bowling, you just want to continue to do it if you possibly can. So that's it. So I laid down 20 squares. And so after I do that, I just take my acrylic marker and this is a really nice one. I got this from Amazon, and it was 8 of them. And they really, you can either do a fine point or you can just, the other end is called a dot, and you can just make dots. So, but I usually use the dot end because it's the biggest one. And I just go down and fill in, ouch, all the whiteness. I got glue on my book. You know you should never glue on your book. And this is what I do. Sometimes I can go all the way down, but then some of them might not be exactly straight. But it's okay. When you be looking at them, you don't notice that. You just notice all the different squares. So, but that's why you want to fill all of these in. Even if they're close together like that, I still make these lines going down it. Debbie, a vagabond style, I really miss you. I know you're going through a lot of issues, but be glad to see you back on. I hope things settle down for you pretty soon. And pray for anybody else who's going through different things. I know we all have our problems, but the Bible says to pray for one another. And so that's what we should be about. We should be about praying for our community, praying for our, for your children, praying for this world that's in such an upheaval. But when we come here and we do our art, I know it might sound selfish, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do just to maintain your sanity. I know I do. I don't know about nobody else. I know in order to maintain my sanity. And now that I'm at the retirement years, I can do a lot of things that just for me, just because I want to do it. And I thank God I have the type of son that I have, because my son takes really, really good care of his mom. Not that he has to, but he wants to, because I want to move, but he don't want me to be by myself. And so he take care of his dear old mom. I'll never forget, he took care of my dad. We brought him here from Alabama to Georgia, and my son would take his lunch hour and come and care for his granddaddy, who was like his father. And that's what he called him. In fact, he called him Dad. So, you never know at the end whose hands you're going to fall into. So it's best to try to treat your family right, but all people, That's what I try to do. I try to live my life like that. Try to be kind to everybody. If they need help, they need me to help in any kind of way. Whatever I can do, I try to be of assistance. So a lot of times I try to make sure that I get the ends, get the paper to the ends, so I don't have to color it in. And when I miss it, just like I did right here, but that's the only end I miss, I'm not going to mess with it. So that's it. That's a finished page, guys. And it's not finished. I take that back. Because I would take some of these. See, I cut all of these down, made all of these into a thumbnail size. So I could take one of these. Let me see. What I should be doing. I did some exercises this morning, but I got some more exercises I need to do, because I'm finding out the older you get, exercise is very important. Ooh. I'm not going to cut This is gonna have to be really, that's the only thing about small images. You have to really fussy cut them. And I'm not gonna glue her down. Well, I got a repositional glue. Let's see. I like this, so if you don't want something permanent. So I would just take her, and since it's a sunset right here, I would put her right here and let her run to her heart's desire. And then just find other, you know, I would just go through here and find some more images that I like. I did a bunch of them. Did a whole lot of them. Let's see. This is one of abandoned houses. So that's an outhouse right there. I could take this outhouse and just put it, you know, on either one of these squares. So, and that's what I'll do. I'll just decorate some squares. Some of them I'll just leave. Like, you know, I might doodle. Let's just put a doodle on this one. You know, just make a flower. Don't take much. Just a little bit. And that's that. You got decoration on there. And then I could take this and give it a little bit more flair. So you just decorate the pages like you see fit. So that's all I got for today, guys. Please, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I have a few, and I'm thankful and blessed for the few I got. I appreciate you. And so until the next time, I'll see you guys soon.